Hello, I'm Shelley Horner, a marriage and family therapist with Pt.1. Today I'm going to be talking about how to know if you are ready for marriage.
I was looking in your eyes when I said I had my dreams, and they wouldn't mean anything without you.
Okay, so first, this is the easy part. Do you think that you and your fiance are a good match for each other? There are 4 areas that you need to be well matched in. Okay, let's talk about it. It's kind of fun. It's like taking a quiz. Number 1, are you a good physical match? That means, do you have a physical attraction? Are you well matched there? If so, that's fabulous, because you always want to have that part engaged, because if it does simmer down over time, it can always be rekindled. It's very essential. I have known people that get married for other reasons and then regret it, because if you don't have the physical, okay, so let's go on. Number 2 is the emotional matching. And what I mean by that is, what do you want? Do you want to be able to be emotionally vulnerable with your spouse? This is so essential. So many of us are maybe not quite ready to have that emotional vulnerability. Perhaps we didn't have it growing up, and we need to learn that communication skill. We need to understand our own emotions, how to express them to the other, so that we can work through various communication blocks. Sure enough, we're going to have conflicts in any intimate relationship. And of all relationships, marriage, we're undoubtedly going to have conflict. But we want to feel that the other person gets us, that we can talk about what we really feel inside and be heard. Okay, your spouse isn't going to be perfect. Sometimes you're going to say something and they're not going to quite say it exactly right, but can you in general feel like they're really there for you? This is so important. Most women say, I want to have an emotionally enduring relationship as part of my marriage. I don't know if men say that, but undoubtedly, most of us would be so much happier if we can share our innermost feelings. Okay, so now let's talk about number 3 for this. Number 3 is what I call the mental component. And what I mean by that is, how do you both think? Do you like the way the other person thinks about their world? Do you enjoy being with them? Do you enjoy talking? For me, I always want to be able to have a conversation. I need someone who's compatible and able to talk with me. Okay, we have the physical, but is it important to you too to have that part? To have someone who's a companion and you can talk over things. You can talk about subjects that are of interest to you. That is so essential. For some of us, some things are more essential. Perhaps the emotional is more essential than the mental part for you, but knowing yourself is really important. And knowing your fiance and what he or she desires is really important. And the last part is the spiritual part. And this we could look at as how do you have it religiously, or how do you have it spiritually in what you believe is essential for your life. We could also call this the moral part. What are your values? What is essential? Are you wanting to be with someone who has integrity and ethics? If this is important to you, you must make sure that your fiance also has this. Are you a little bit in denial about what they have? Or maybe you don't even know what they have. It's really important that you know that you're spiritually matched. If you do have a religious component to your life, you want to be well matched. You don't want to be married to someone who's not going to be able to embrace things with you, especially if you raise children together. You want to be able to raise them in the way that's best for you and for your spouse. So make sure that you're matched and that you come to agreements about that way ahead of time. So if you have all 4 components, that can suit you very well. But in a way, that's the easy part of deciding if you're ready for marriage. Because most of us, when we're still in the throes of infatuation, we believe, of course, we're all well matched, that all 4 things are easily seen. But I want you to take some time and maybe even discuss it together. One of the best things to do might be to have a premarital counseling session or 2 to really ascertain if you are well matched, and not just live under a veil of illusion, but find out who you really are and who your fiance is. Okay? Thank you for watching How to Know If You're Ready for Marriage. I'm Shelley Horner, marriage family therapist with Pt.1.